I'm redesigning all 10 of the 2025 Formula 1 car liveries. 6 complete, this is number 7. We're going to look at the McLaren, the Papayans. What have they done? What have they put together? What do I think of the real thing? And what is my reinterpretation, my redesign of the 2025 McLaren? Well, my name's Tommo. Let's talk about it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The famous adage that many a team has lived by. Red Bull in particular of recent years, but also it does feel like McLaren have very much set on something here, and something I like. The bright orange, the bright papaya, as McLaren are very keen to call it, does stand out. It does identify this team amongst all the rest. They really do feel like they own this colour, as much as, you know, in the recent past anyway, McLaren, the Chrome, Vodafone, they've gone through many a guise, okay, many a different variety of livery, but this is actually a hark back to their history when they used to run papaya cars back in the day. It's really smart, and you know what as well, I think this illustrates more than any other livery the power of kind of a template here, because there are restrictions on how much you can change your livery throughout the season for special editions. However, this livery has been kind of built for that purpose, where you've got the blocks of papaya along the nose, front wing end plates, behind the velo, the kind of swoosh at the side, and then where Allwyn is, and the papaya rear wing, blah blah blah. The way they've kind of segmented this livery out, you can chop and change the colours and create something really different, really that feels really different anyway, feels unique, even though it's adopting the same base design elements, which the FIA do restrict how much you can change throughout the year. They've got the MasterCard branding on the front wing, which is nice because it's got that orange in the middle between the red and the yellow. It's identifiable, it's an iconic logo for sure. You don't need the MasterCard text to acknowledge and understand that it's MasterCard. Obviously, there is a bit of a rogue choice here with Allwyn in blue on the rear mirrors and along the side. I don't reckon, it's my guess, I don't think that's going to stay on the car throughout the entire season in that blue. And Allwyn, you've got Allwyn above the chrome as well on the kind of inlet above the driver's head. So I feel like that will revert to carbon, and they've kind of done this for the launch to kind of draw attention to it, like we see with the HP logo on the Ferrari. It is true that simply drawing attention to something, even in a negative way where people don't like it, it creates eyeballs, it creates clicks, it creates impressions. Rear wing as well, something I'm going to do with my redesigns, and I feel like I should have done this from the start. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I would like the FIA and Formula 1 to homologate. Every single team should have to run the name of their team on the back of the rear wing. And I'm going to do that in my redesign with McLaren in this instance. But if every single team had to do that, imagine the run out of turn 1 in Austria when they're going up the hill and you've got the camera pointing back, and you can see McLaren, Williams, Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, blah, 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 all them going through. Like at the back of because the rear wing is really important, very, very legible part of the car. So I'm going to implement that into my redesign. I just thought that was an interesting side point. But yes, look, McLaren, they have very much cooked here. I like the way the car looks. Look, the Sauber is absolutely a bit of me, okay? I'm not changing my opinion on that. The V-Carb, is that still my second favourite? Probably. You know what I'm actually going to do first, before we even touch the McLaren? I'm moving the Mercedes up above the Alpine. They released renders yesterday, finally. And these are like studio renders, so they should be pretty accurate to what the car's actually going to look like. It actually looks really, really good. Like, really good. Better than what we saw at the F1 75 with the limited images we got to see. So I'm putting that above the Alpine. Ooh, I'm going to put this... I do like it, I think, more. The Mercedes is got... It's the toss-up between this and the Mercedes for my third favourite. I'm going to put the Mercedes in third and the McLaren in fourth. That's my current ranking of the 7 out of 10 that we've gone through so far. That's enough thinking. Let's get to some doing, all right? What's my version? Well, my name's Tommo, and this is my redesign for the 2025 McLaren Formula 1 car. So, what do you think? As ever, Tommo's tried to incorporate white into the McLaren livery. Look, I think the black, the white, and the orange looks sick. I love it. I think it looks strong, right? I like the addition of white. I like as it is, okay, with just the papaya and the black. I'm all for simplifying it. I didn't like when they had the blue as that kind of offset colour in the past, but I think the white is smart. Okay, let's start the start side profile one, right? So I've broken up that side pod with the OKX and I've moved the velo from its normal position, its typical position, down here into the white. So you've got these two kind of strong sponsors that, again, they're split by the black transition. Here, OKX and velo, and then I put a little MasterCard here because, I mean, they're significant on the car and it's a cool little logo. Chrome's in the same place, and then basically I've changed the angle of these slices. So you can see this slice kind of lines up here. This is going down here. This with the all-win is going down like that as well. Instead of on the real car, the slices are this way. This car, the slices are that way, apart from on the rear wing, where I put a little slice here with just a normal Dropbox logo. Dell's kind of in its place. We've got 81 for OP, Oscar Piastri. And then we've got mostly blacked out halo. Again, the all-win I've put in white. I think I've said this in the past, right? Having different colours helps. You know, this OKX and Velo, they stand out more individually as logos because they're on different colour backgrounds. The all-win steps apart from Cisco. That enables it to stand out enough that I think you can justify not putting it in blue like it is on the real car. Rear wing as well, I've done white base with the OKX big rather than two little OKXs. Just think that's kind of smarter on the livery. Come to the back, McLaren, okay, back of the rear wing. This is what I mean. Every single team should have their logo on the back of the rear wing for identifiability purposes. Put MasterCard here on the inside with the text because why not? You have the space. We've got the Google Chrome wheel covers. I forgot to do this in the past. And I've made it a bit thicker than it is on the actual car. I actually think it looks kind of cool. I know it's a bit Marmite. It's a bit Marmite, the chrome wheel covers, but I think it looks all right on here. Now, I've kept the papaya nose, but I've broken it up with black here with the white 81 for Oscar. And then here, basically, I wanted to preserve the papaya nose because that's one thing about the real car, where it kind of goes black nose at the very bottom. I feel like that McLaren logo can't really pop. Well, maybe it's because the McLaren logo is so small. Maybe if they made it bigger, it would be better. But I think, you know what, I'll replace that with the papaya nose. Still have the chrome on white to now enable the chrome to sing because that is a prominent place on the car. And then I put McLaren on the front wing. MasterCard, kind of as is, it's a mostly blacked out front wing. DP World as well, I've taken away the blue, the unnecessary blue, because it doesn't have it add anything. You just put the logo on black. It's fine, DP World. You can accept it, surely. Please, I beg you. Workday, as it is on the real car. And yeah, there we have it. That is my interpretation of McLaren incorporating the white. And you know what? Like, do I prefer this to the original? I would probably argue not. But I feel like this still has that level of, like, you could swap these colours out and make a cool special edition. You could, you know, have white and red for like a Marlboro-esque throwback for Monaco, for example, and it would still look pretty decent if you ask me. Halo as well, got the little McLaren up here, the all-win, the Cisco here along a couple of bits. And yeah, you know what? I think this is pretty smart. I think this is pretty nice, but it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. Pinned comment as well. Original versus TOMMO'S. Which do you prefer? Always keen to hear your thoughts, feelings, and feedback. That's 7 of 8 done. We've got Williams, Aston Martin, and Red Bull left. Not sure what I'm going to do next. Watch this space. My name's Tommo. Thanks again. Have a good one. Ta-da.